Hey, how's it going? If you don't know me, my name is Bethany and I'm the owner of Bethany Alice, and I like to say that I am in the business of creations, not just alterations, where I work with women to create unique, one-of-a-kind pieces that are just a truest extension of themselves and their style and fit them just as they are right now, and it's all from using what's already in their wardrobe. So today what I want to talk to you about is over the years I have found that there is really 5 really common reasons why people just aren't wearing the clothes that are in their wardrobe, and I wanted to go through them with you today and offer some solutions at the end as well, and to see if you're feeling like this and see if these are sort of the reasons why you aren't wearing the clothes in your wardrobe. Because there was a statistic, I can't remember where it was, but it said that women on average are only wearing 20% of what's hanging in their wardrobe. So there is so much untapped potential hanging in there. And the way to fix it is to identify really why you aren't wearing it. So reason number 1, and it's the biggest, most common reason you aren't wearing your clothes in your wardrobe, is because they are too small. And I like to call this the infamous skinny pile. It's that pile of clothing that you just hang on to and just hope that one day you'll be able to fit into it, but for some reason it's just not happening, and that is okay. You don't have to change yourself to fit into your clothing that you once did. You know, it is so common for our bodies to change over the years for a multitude of reasons, especially if you've had kids. And, you know, it's really common for women to feel this pressure on themselves that they have to change themselves to fit back into what they used to. And you don't have to. And that can be really hard, you know, and it is so much easier to put that pressure that you put on yourselves onto your clothing. Your clothing really should be working harder for what you need right now. You've invested all this money into it. Why isn't it working harder to fit you just as you are right now? And, you know, there's a lot of people who feel like you can't change your clothes to be looser and to fit you, and you can. You definitely can. I really love to add in extra fabric, because that's mainly the biggest way to fix something that's too small. But instead of just adding some panels in there, panels of fabric, I like to create fun, unique design features so it sort of looks like it has been a part of the design the entire time. So adding in contrasting bits of fabric into side seams, so you're getting extra room to move and breathe, but finding ways to not necessarily match the original fabric, because that can be really hard, but if I can't match it, I like to clash it. So you create a focal piece that can really stand out and grab your attention, and it looks interesting, and it doesn't just feel like you've added fabric to make it feel looser to make you feel better, if that makes sense. So it's definitely an easy solution to fix, and so much easier than trying to make yourself smaller to fit into a piece of fabric. So number 2 reason why you aren't wearing your clothes is because it's too short. And it's really common for women, especially for women who are taller. It's really hard to find things off the rack that hit a perfect kind of length. Or sometimes it just feels a bit uncomfortable if you're bending down, and you might feel a little bit exposed. So you can always add extra fabric to that. And I like to play around again with adding extra fabric, but to make it a unique feature. So I love to ruffle bits of fabric, and then that can add extra length, but this really cool feminine kind of detail to it. There's lots of things that you can do to give yourself that extra length. Sometimes if you're lucky, a lot of garments might have a bit of extra length in the hem that you can take down to just make that a little bit more comfortable. But if it's too short and you're just conscious of it, you're not going to wear it. So adding extra fabric is an easy way to fix that. Okay, reason number 3 you're not wearing something is, conversely, it's too long. So for women who struggle to find clothes off the rack because they're too tall and the length isn't there, the same can be conversely for women who are a bit shorter and the garments are too long for them. So obviously taking up bits of fabric is a really easy way to get rid of that excess so you can feel comfortable in wearing it. But sometimes you can completely change a garment, and say you've got a dress that's too long that you're just not wearing, you could turn it into a shirt. Or, you know, same thing with a really, really long skirt. You can make it into a mini skirt if you wanted to. So there's really fun ways to take away that excess fabric. Same thing for if you have really long sleeves that just aren't comfortable, you can turn them into a short sleeve. Heaps of different ways that you can take away excess fabric so it feels more comfortable in as well. This can also be the same for depending on what climate you live in, and you just have pieces of clothing that are just too hot. Taking away that extra fabric can help with that as well, so you can wear it even more. Another common reason, number 4, is when things are just too uncomfortable. And you know, when you put something on, you're just like, oh God, when something's uncomfortable and you're uncomfortable, you're not going to wear it. And it can feel, you can see it on your face, and you just don't want to leave the house if you're not comfortable. Some of the biggest reasons that things are uncomfortable is, for example, if you need to cover your arms and you feel like at one point you really liked having a sleeveless kind of detail, but now you want a bit more arm coverage, finding ways to create sleeves on that garment is a great way to make things more comfortable. If you've had garments as well that over the years you didn't necessarily need to wear a bra with, but now you're really conscious of wanting to wear a bra, but the strap detail just isn't doing it for you, then somehow covering the strap area where a bra is in a garment can make something a lot more comfortable. So adding fabric straps, creating more panels to cover the bra situation is a really good way to fix that bra kind of thing if you do need to wear a bra. Some other options of when shirts or dresses are too low cut and you're feeling a little bit exposed and that feels really uncomfortable, adding in extra fabric in those areas can help with that kind of situation. Also taking up the shoulder seams if you feel like it's a little bit low to create that tighter kind of fit can make things a lot more comfortable as well. So if you're bending down, moving around, you're not conscious of that, because nothing is worse than when you just leave the house and you just feel self-conscious about what you're wearing. It's just awful, and then you're not going to want to wear that piece again. But by just changing those little things, even if it's as little as, you know, removing extra details that you just don't like so you can wear it again and again, why wouldn't you want to do that little fix so you can get more use out of that piece of clothing? It is so easy to do. And reason number 5 that you aren't wearing a piece of clothing is it's either too boring or it's broken. It can just be simple as that. So for example, you might just have a piece that you loved, and then after a while you're like, I just don't like it anymore. Like, it might be the fit or the style, but there is one element about it that you really love, so you want to hang on to it. So I really love in that aspect taking the garment and using the fabric. There might be some sentimental value to it that you don't want to get rid of, so you could cut some details or some fabric and add it to something else. You could maybe turn it into a bag or something like that, but you know, there's something that's making you want to hang on to it, so you should hang on to it and then use it to something else. So, and then damaged is also a really big, fair enough reason. Why would you want to leave the house in something that's broken? So finding fun ways to fix that is always a really good option. So for example, I had a client once who had a beautiful coat that she'd worn for years, but the lining in it had holes in it. So all I did was take the lining out and cut it all up so we had the pattern pieces, and then just found a new fabric. But instead of finding a fabric that sort of matched what was already in there, I found a contrasting, really funky floral print that just made it pop and sort of gave it this new life. And I love it that it's inside the garment, so it's sort of like your own little secret, like only you know about it, or you might, you know, show people every now and then. But that is a really fun way to fix something that's broken, and so you can keep wearing it again and again and again. Like, why wouldn't you? So yeah. But if you can relate to any of these problems and you're like, oh God, yes, I have that in the back of my wardrobe that's, you know, I'm not wearing it because of A, B, C or D, I actually have a free guide that I would love to share with you, and it is 50 ways that you can fix those 5 common reasons that you aren't wearing your clothes. So the link is below, so definitely go and check it out, because I want to inspire you to know that there is so much potential already hanging in your wardrobe, that you just need to do some tweaks or some fixes or something so you can get even more wear out of it. And if you would like some help with that, I would love to work with you, so be sure to check out my services as well in the link below. And I would love to book it in a free discovery call with you as well, so we can go over and chat your specific needs and see what service is right for you. So let me know your thoughts, and I would love to know if you know the reason why you're not wearing one of your pieces, and let me know, and we can throw around some ideas about how you fix it. But until next time, see you soon.